Hockey Wildcats golden season. Northern Michigan University rolled through the greatest hockey season in school history in 1990-91, capturing the WCHA regular season and playoff titles, plus the granddaddy of them all in the NCAA Division I championship. We'll take you through the Cats' golden season from start to finish, highlighting some of the more memorable moments. In his 15th year as head coach of the NMU hockey program, Rick Comley knew he had the talent. It was just a matter of getting the team focused and ready for the season ahead.
You know, it's funny, some years you really sit down and plot out, you know, this is our goal and goals we want to score, goals we want to give up, a lot of different areas. And I really felt right from day one with this group that goals weren't as significant, that it was a collected group who spent a lot of time together this summer that really were focused, and we talked, and you know, I think we tried to relay the point that we knew we had a good hockey team, and it was a question of how dedicated they were going to be. I think our immediate goal, and it has been for several years, was to win the regular season championship. And then I've always believed if you can do that in the WCHA, you have a chance to be very successful. So I don't think we had goals past that. I just think that we knew that we had given up too many goals the year before. I think we believe very strongly we would score a lot of goals. So, you know, I think on intermediate steps, it was to cut down the goals against, be a little more disciplined in the number of penalties we took, and then really set our sights on the McNaughton Cup.
Will try and barge his way through. Double teamed, taken away, and around him behind the goal is Ash. Right up front of the goal, they score! Kevin Scott, the Wildcat senior. That is goal number 5.
His 5th of the year. Scored by number 19, Kevin Scott.
Wildcats will eclipse a team record for the start of the season, as the 90-91 version will go 7-0-1 after 8 games. The previous best was 6-0-1 by the 78-79 Hockey Wildcats. So Rick Comley's crew off to the great start. Score!
To be successful, it takes a total team effort, night in and night out. The Wildcats had an incredible pool of talent, including the nation's leading scorer in junior Scott Beatty. The Cats always had someone to pick up the slack. And of course, you're only as good as your goaltender.
I mean, you start with Billy Pye, and had a great sophomore year, and then a mediocre junior year. He bounced back and played very well and very steady. I thought that was important. I think Brad Waranka being healthy and becoming the best defenseman in the country was obviously a key. And then I like the group, Sukharov and Malone together, because they're a great defensive pair. And then the freshman Garrett McDonald, I think, gave us a spark that we needed by giving us that 4th defenseman. And up front, we knew we would score goals. We knew we'd be balanced. I think Beatty obviously was a key. Jimmy Hiller was a great support player. Dallas Drake had a tremendous year. And Mark Buffet, I think, coming out of the shadows and emerging as a very, very good hockey player was very important. Tony Zabel had 39 goals as a rookie. And so we got so much balance that people, even if they shut Beatty down, we were never worried, because we had other lines that would pick up the slack. So I think, you know, and as I sit here and reflect, I haven't even mentioned Dean Antos and Darryl Plandowski. You know, so we could score with everybody. We had what I consider the best defensive line in college hockey, and so we had every ingredient that you needed to do well, and they all meshed.
After Christmas, the Wildcats kept the momentum building. The Ohio State Buckeyes came to town, and they saw the Cats explode for 18 goals in 2 games, 7 coming in 1 period alone. The streak was hot.
Save, rebound, Lucy, scored! That's going to cruise right in. Snaps one, score! Last one, score!
And I think you separate the two of them. The 26-game streak is really something. And to go the whole second half of the year and not lose against the type of competition we play, you know, I mean, that signifies obviously a great hockey team. The unbeaten streak, you know, kind of that one progresses, and that doesn't even this day have the impact. I think it served a purpose for us, but you know we have to do well in this building, and I think our opponents overplay how tough it is to play here. But obviously they don't like the trip. The crowd's right on top of them, and it's a fun atmosphere. I don't think I've ever seen Lakeview more fun than it was the whole second half of the year. So, you know, you put those two ingredients together, then it creates the type of season that we had. But I guess if I were to rank the two of them, then I would take the 26-game unbeaten streak as the key, absolute key to the whole thing.
Dallas Drake. Drake's going to go in on the breakaway. Right on, rebound, score! The third shorthanded goal of the season for Dallas Drake. After Dallas' 16-goal lead. Jimmy Hiller in front for Scott Beatty, and he's got the hat trick. Scott Beatty, number 35 on the season, the hat trick tonight.
On February 16th, 1991, 4,250 fans packed into the Lakeview Arena, and they saw the Wildcats defeat arch-rival Michigan Tech 6-2, claiming the WCHA regular season championship and the McNaughton Cup for the first time in school history.
Well, I'm proud of that, you know, because we won the CCHA championship. And, of course, when we won it, the trophy didn't even have a name. But, you know, that signaled, I think, the arrival of our program. Then we switched leagues and went into the league that everybody thinks is the toughest league from top to bottom. And as a young coach, you know, I grew up watching John McGinnis. And I've always had great, great respect. And to me, the McNaughton Trophy symbolized John McGinnis. And it was something I really, really wanted to win. I mean, the Coach of the Year awards and everything else to me just didn't carry the significance of that trophy. And when we got close to that, I think that was really a high. And, you know, I think it proved that we could win in a lot of different buildings, and we could win something over 32 games. And it's a very, very important trophy in college hockey. And I think when we won that, I was probably as excited that night as any night leading up to the eventful night in St. Paul. So I definitely was very proud of that.
Association Championship is the McNaughton Cup. The McNaughton Cup is presented to Northern Michigan University, Coach Comley, the hockey team, and all of you wonderful fans. Congratulations.
I think fans play a major role, and our fans especially. Like Lakeview Arena, when it's packed, is as intimidating as any rink in the country, whether it's Dane County with 8,600 or North Dakota or Michigan State. It can be negative also if there's only 2,600 people there, because you expect that noise. But I think our fans have always been loud and always been supportive. And I think where it really struck me is when I went down on the ice for the ceremonies to present the McNaughton Cup and saw that atmosphere, and that building was still packed and people were up cheering. And you can understand why teams come in here and just don't like to be here. I mean, they don't like people right on top of them, and it's such a loud building. And I think that as our season built, the noise in the building built this year too, and so that everybody got caught up in it, and that's a natural phenomenon in hockey or any other sport. But it certainly became something that we had a couple goal edge every time we skated on the ice at home.
I'd like to say now on behalf of our team, we're very proud and we worked very hard for this cup. You know, it's been our goal since day one, and we finally achieved it, and we hope it's a start of bigger and better things to come. And I'd like to say thank you to all you fans. You know, you've been very supportive over this year, and hopefully we can get more for you.